Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a bit of The Long Dark. So this is a new survival game that's out in alpha. It's not complete yet, so don't go jumping ahead to buy it, but this is another sort of, you're in the frozen Canadian north trying to live as long as you possibly can with the elements and the wolves constantly screwing you over. So as you can see, it's really damn cold here, got a frozen corpse there. I'm gonna hop inside here, just the blizzard just kicked up there, so yeah, the point of this game is to find as much stuff as you can that'll help you live through the scenario that you find yourself in. So we're going through, we're finding all this good stuff here. We kind of want more than this though, considering how much time we're spending here. Down vest, that's pretty good, but we have already got a jacket. Hello, corpse. Had some painkillers, did you? Probably offed yourself. How grim. Anyway. Yeah, so you search everywhere for food, water, you need places to sleep, so usually that's going to be these beds that you find. They're pretty plentiful, so don't worry about sleeping. That's going to be the easiest resource to get. If you try and sleep outdoors, you'll probably freeze to death though, so I wouldn't recommend anything like that. What you do want to do is try and find one of these little cabins or houses or whatever, because not only are they going to be the places where you find resources, but they're going to be the places that you go to, oh, this is cleared out there. So, yeah, if you go to these places, you're typically going to find that that's where you're going to find those beds, and you sort of hunker down for the night there. A lot of cabins, not this one, have fire starters, have fireplaces, and those will help you stay warm longer. So, that's always going to be a good thing to have access to. So, this particular type of cabin does not actually have a fire pit. So you're going to have a little bit of difficulty if you're in this type. And as you can see here, I'm very, very cold here. So it's going to be a little bit rough. What I can do is try and wait out the storm. I'm going to sleep for 1 hour. And sleeping in a bed like that with all your clothes on is actually quite warm, especially since, you know, my character is getting a little bit of fatigue. Yeah, so I've survived quite a bit now. As you can see, my cold has gone significantly down from this. I've still got some hunger and thirst issues now, though, so I'm going to go ahead and drink some grape soda. That's both calories, it's also... I only got +1 calorie for that. So I think I already drank most of that one, but let's drink another grape soda here. Yeah, a can that actually has some in it instead of just the dregs at the bottom. Anyway, we're going to go outside again, check to see if the weather has improved any. This looks a little bit more pleasant. A little bit disoriented personally, because this is not really where I normally explore, but I needed to find some new buildings to go around in. But anyway, the point of this game basically is you need to search the map, try and find resource areas, try and survive as long as you can using the limited resources that are available. There is no real end game, and since there is a limited number of resources on the map, you're not going to be able to live indefinitely like you could in Don't Starve. There's going to be a point where you're simply out of bullets. You know, there's only a few places where you can even find any, and you only get like 5. So, simply put, you aren't going to be able to hunt for very long. You're not going to be able to get that sort of thing done all that often. I'm in a place that doesn't really have any resources, it looks like, so I'm going to head back the way I came, I think, and see if I can find where I wanted to go. I'm trying to get to the Trapper's Lodge, but I think I took a wrong turn somewhere. It's a little bit easy to get lost in these woods areas with the little... There's far fewer points of reference here. Over there you can see a deer. If you do have the hunting rifle, you can take a shot at them, but there's, again, that very small number of bullets in this game. So you're unlikely to actually be able to use this as a sustainable means to keep yourself alive. Alright, so you'll notice that I picked up a thin wool sweater or something like that earlier on. That is just normal clothes. You get a lot of it, but your clothes does degrade over time. A lot of the clothes that you do find, you're going to have to cut apart into cloth and use it to repair your better clothes. You can find sewing kits, but the sewing kits also degrade, and you can also find like toolkits which do not currently do anything. So you do need to keep an eye out for all of those different resources. They're all very important for your survival. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. One of the things I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to look for the hidden military bunker, but it's the only thing that randomly spawns. Like, the map is set. There's only one map, but there is one randomly generated event sort of thing area that you can make use of that I can't find, so... Yeah, it's usually around sort of the outskirts. But anyway, what you typically want to do in this when you're playing is stick to landmarks. There's a large lake that's in one area that can be used to try and navigate around that. There's a lot of resources around it. There's a rail line. Following the rail in either direction leads you to specific places. Ah, damn it, it's a wolf. Okay, so we may be seeing the very, very limited melee combat system of this game in a few minutes, but we'll have to see about that. You can kill wolves. That's how I got the wolf meat. You can do it without a gun. In fact, that's typically how you're going to have to do it, because honestly, you don't have bullets for most... Oh, shit. You don't have bullets for most of the game. So you're going to find very often that you don't have the means of dealing with something like a wolf. So I took a little bit of fall damage here. It doesn't take a very large fall to cause a little bit of damage on your condition tracker. And you don't recover it until you rest. So it's not too bad because it's fairly easy to rest, but if you get a status effect on you, like a broken ankle or something, or a fracture or whatever, a sprained ankle, that will slow you down and will cause you damage as you progress. So you need to set that and fix that with your medicine and also with rest. So you can't just slap bandages on it. You also need to take a few hours of sleep. So I just took a little bit of condition damage, so I will be fine once I've slept an hour. But there are definitely certain bigger injuries that you could be taking. Okay, so I'm getting quite knackered by this goddamn trek here, which has been quite ill-advised. So I'm going to try and make it back to my... Ah, what the hell? Suffered a sprained ankle. Fantastic. Okay, so I need to take my painkillers. I'm going to go ahead and take those first. I don't even know how I got that there, but... Yeah, so we've got the sprained ankle. It's been healed, it says, but... Yeah, I still need the 4 hours rest, so we're going to be making our way back fairly slowly. I don't have any good reference for the direction I'm going here. Actually, it looks like that recovered it completely. It's not supposed to. Maybe that was changed in a patch? I don't know. Okay, so here's a good marker. This is a building that I had gone past, so I do know that this is the correct direction. Actually, here's the place I was looking. God damn it. Okay, so somehow... Oh, God. Alright, well that was the first time I've seen that kind of bug, but anyway, we're going to head into this Hunter's Lodge over here, Trapper's Lodge, and that's going to be a good place to be. Yeah, Trapper's Homestead. Is this a... No, it's not. Okay. And I'll show you some of the mechanics once we're inside, and this is also going to be a good place for me to base up and rest up for a little bit here. I didn't get attacked by that wolf, that's good. They did change the stalking behavior of wolves, so it's going to be a little bit easier for me to get away from that. Okay, so finding a place like this is sort of the key thing of this game. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eat some food. So we're going to hope we don't get food poisoning from this, but whatever. That one was almost eaten, but let's go ahead and eat a full other one. There we go. Okay, so here's basically what you do. You just sort of go through these houses and you search things. But the problem is that, like, these things are not going to respawn. I've got a crowbar so I can force this open. My pry bar has degraded a little bit from this, which is fine. Some rifle ammunition. I might actually get 2 rifle ammunition here, which would be really good. A tinder plug, that's good. Bandages, antiseptic. So this is a really good building. Like, if you can find the Trapper's Lodge, it's not in the most intuitive of places. I get lost trying to find it quite often, but it is a really good building if you can get it. That's a toque. That's Canadian for hat. So if you ever see someone in Canada wearing a baseball cap, they call it a baseball toque because that's just what we call hats. And you know, if you say that, they'll probably just you know, be like, oh yeah, that's impressive. It's an American who knows what a baseball toque is. Doesn't call it baseball cap. I mean, what the hell is a baseball cap? So yeah, that's Canada. Jerry can. That's got kerosene. You use kerosene for your lantern, which you've got here. Important at night. I wonder why I can't take that. Oh well. Anyway, there's a rifle up here as well. We're gonna go ahead and take it.
Handy.
But the problem is that we're now encumbered because that hunting rifle is quite heavy. Okay, the crafting table is not usable in alpha. That's not really what I wanted. Some soda and the beef jerky is what I wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those. Search this drawer here as well, because we just want to take everything. Basically, that's what we're here for. We're gonna also just search this container here, and we're probably gonna dump a bunch of stuff back into it. So we're gonna go in here. We were 35 kilograms overweight, so we're gonna do this by weight here. we're going to actually put the jerry can back in. Oops. Shit. Okay, so we're going to put the jerry can in here. What's the next heaviest thing here? We've got a spare pry bar. I don't really want 2 pry bars because they're very heavy. So we're going to put one of our spares in there. And then we're going to put our simple tools in there because our simple tools don't do anything in this particular build. And let's put this in there. And what's going to happen now is I'm going to go ahead and eat some more food. Actually, let's check. Do I need water or food? I need a little bit of water. So I'm going to go ahead and drink a can of soda, and then we'll be in our element here. There we go. So we're no longer encumbered. We've got ourselves this. It's at the Fiden Valley. So what we might want to do now is start a fire, but our condition is currently okay as far as the heat goes. This is a fairly warm building, so we don't need to do that, and it's not too cold right now. So I'm going to take an attempt at cracking the safe. You use your WASD to go through, and you'll eventually hear a click sound, and your tumbler will go. So I know it's around 19, so I need to go reset back to 0. Go all the way up to 19. Okay, and I'll hear it click on the way back somewhere. Okay, and it was at around 35, so I need to go back to 19. If you're more patient, you can probably do it better and do it the first time, but... Okay, so then you do it this way again. And I like to just sort of speed along, but we'll go carefully. Okay, that's open, so we're going to go ahead and sift through this thing. Huh, nothing. Lovely. Okay, well, whatever. We did have bullets from the other things, so we're going to go ahead, take out a rifle, and start reloading this thing. So you use this thing for hunting. It's also for defense against the wolves, obviously. Now, this is one of the few ways to get food that's going to be quite significant amounts at a time after you've sort of looted everything and sort of raided everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and take some more food here. I'm going to go ahead and also take all this stuff, which might put me in encumbered again. Nope, I'm just barely okay. So, yeah, we're okay right now. I don't know if I want to try and make it back to base, which is the other place that I sort of live, basically, before I sleep a little bit, since my fatigue is very high. But my cold and my hunger and my thirst are both fine. So I'm actually okay in this building. This is a very nice building as far as that goes. So I don't think I have to start a fire. I might start one just to get some water collected, though, since I'm virtually out of that particular resource. And unfortunately, water does weigh a lot, though. I've actually still got still got over a liter of water, actually, so I should be okay for that. So we'll probably just go ahead, go to sleep, and then head back to base. But yeah, this is basically what this game looks like. I mean, this is, as you can tell from like my time played or whatever, this is almost my 5th day, so I've been doing okay. I have enough resources stockpiled at the other cabin near the lake that I can survive there for a couple days just off of the stuff that's stashed there. And that's going to be pretty important for me, since I'll have to do some sort of... I need to forage wood. If you look here, it takes a lot of calories to burn to get this stuff. If we look at my heat here, I'm actually like super warm here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check my clothing here. Yeah, a lot of this is in actually really good condition, though, so I don't really feel like I need to just bother taking it off all that badly. But before we go take a nap, I'm going to take the time to repair some of my stuff, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see here. The winter coat, we'll repair that. As you can see, there's a repair amount and a chance of success. Our chance to succeed is 82%. Looks like we succeeded, so that is now a little bit better off. We're getting quite tired again because we're spending time doing things. The more time you're spending doing stuff that's actually useful, the more tired you get. So I think that's all I really needed to repair right now. So to get cloth, the easiest way is to just find some clothes that you aren't really using and just tear it apart using this option here. So the stuff that I found here, this toque, or hat or whatever. I'm just going to cut it apart and turn it into cloth. That's how you get the resources for most of this. You can get some resources by doing other things, but that is the primary way that I've noticed that you do that. So that is the easiest way to keep your stuff up to snuff so that you've always got the most warm clothing, whatever. I am going to have to do something, though, to try and keep my knife in good condition, because my hunting knife is almost done for, and I kind of need it to be in working condition. To repair it, I needed something different. I think I actually needed the tool. Oh, no, I need scrap metal, and I need... for firewood. Those are back actually in the other cabin, so I can repair that back there. So I'll probably do that back there and not worry about it. But for now, I'm gonna just probably take a couple hours rest. But this has basically been a quick look at this. I know I didn't get too much done, but it is very much sort of hanging on by the skin of your teeth sort of game. It is very much trying to keep yourself alive and keep yourself good for as long as you can while conserving as much energy as possible and not doing too much. So yeah, I'm gonna take a couple hours of sleep just so that my, or I'm gonna take 1 hour of sleep just so that my condition monitor goes back up to 100%. And that's basically your health. You've got 100 health essentially. If your condition drops to 0, you're dead. And your condition can be lowered by oh, that didn't do anywhere near as much as I thought it would. So I'm considering starting a fire to show how that works. Let's go ahead and eat some food, and then we'll go ahead and deal with that. So, okay. As you can see, the condition here means that this is going to go bad pretty soon. Alright, wolf meat again. And what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to get the water in this game. So, I've got tinder plugs here. You can also use newsprint, but tinder plugs are more efficient. The reason is you can take newsprint and cut it into tinder plugs. So you can get 3 tinder plugs from 1 newsprint, and they work exactly the same. Got plenty of wood matches, but we've also got a fire starter. All of them work sort of the same, except just that I've got shitloads of matches, so those are what I'm sort of using. I can also use these cardboard matches, but they're a little bit worse, so I'm going to stick with those. And we've also got a can of accelerant, which changes our chance of success at starting this fire dramatically. We've also got a skill for fire starting. Now, always start with reclaimed wood instead of your better wood. Like, I've got this fire log. Start with the reclaimed wood, because if you fail to start the fire, you lose your wood. So, it's very, very sort of like that. Anyway, once you've got the fire going, you can melt snow into water. We're going to take 1.5 liters. We're going to melt it. As you can see, we can also add more fuel to this fire. So that's going to be something often. We've added 1.4 liters to our unsafe water supply. When you do this with water, you don't actually automatically turn it into potable water. So what we're going to do is use our tablet. We're going to purify the water. You can also purify it by boiling if you don't have any of these tablets. So if you notice, that was an option in the fire, but since I have got these tablets, I might as well use them. I'm not going to take this 0.4 liters of unsafe water, because that would take 1 whole tablet, and this 1 tablet can purify 1 whole liter. So I'm going to wait till I've got a full liter again, and then use it for that. So that's basically how you keep yourself from dying of thirst in this game. I'm going to go ahead and drink some of that water that I just got myself there. Quite thirsty. There we go. And we're going to check our condition monitor. Quite good. And we're going to check how much water we drank. We drank about half a liter and a bit, 0.62 liters. So we're doing pretty well here. And yeah, if we look outside, I just want to take a quick peek out there. Yeah, the outdoors yet again. How's the weather? The weather is chilly, but not too bad. There's a deer there, and we could go ahead and try hunting it. The problem is we're quite tired, and if we shot the deer right now, what would happen is we'd have a dead deer over there, and we wouldn't be able to harvest it all because we'd be too tired to actually harvest it. So when you're hunting, remember that it takes a significant amount of time to actually finish harvesting it. And while you're out there, you're exposed to the cold, your hunger bar and your thirst bar all increase. And if you're tired like this, you're going to stop working very quickly, and then you're going to have to stagger back indoors and then rest. And while you're resting, what's going to happen is it's going to change from... You know, I saw one out there as well. So it's going to change from a fresh deer that you can easily harvest the meat off of. You can easily cut the meat off of it and get lots of delicious venison, whatever. And it's going to rapidly turn into a frozen corpse. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like in a second. So there's one that just happens to be in this building here. They're scattered around the map in a lot of different places, these frozen corpses, and they're either killed by the hunter or they've been killed by by wolves. As you can see, I've got a little bit of meat left on this that I could start cutting off, but this thing's been frozen. And when I'm trying to get stuff off of a frozen thing, I have to use a tool. I can't do it with my bare hands, so it says requires tool. That's not the case when it's a fresh one. And when it's frozen like that, it also takes a lot longer. There's a nice chunk of wood here.
I could use this.
Okay, I have to put it back though, because I think I'm at my weight limit. Let me just double check that. I might be able to carry this. Let's give it a try. Am I encumbered? Yes, by like 0.4. So I'm gonna eat this candy bar and then we'll be fine. So yeah, gonna head back indoors. So basically what you want to do is wait till your condition is good in all accounts, if you can, and then you want to shoot the deer as close as possible to your cabin or whatever it is that you're camped out in. You can actually sort of chase them closer to the front door, and once you've sort of driven them close to your front door, you know, you can pop them there and it becomes a little bit easier and faster and more effective to harvest, because you can harvest it in chunks and then go back. So anyway, this is our look at the Long Dark. It's been a lot of fun so far. It's quite challenging. Unlike Don't Starve, there's no real perpetual way to survive that I've noticed, since eventually the resources on the map simply run dry. There is going to be a story mode, theoretically, as well as another map, so those are going to definitely help vary it up a little. Now that I've sort of played this game and I know the map a little bit, it's become a lot less difficult to sort of survive in it. And I think that that's going to be something that they're probably going to try and address. But in the meantime, I hope you found this enjoyable. And of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.